Hey everybody, we're talking about driving better process change. I'm Jeff Cole and this is the Uncovering Resistance tip. Uncovering resistance is a big topic and we're just going to scratch the surface today. I'll probably do a whole other series just on dealing with resistance. But for now, understand that when you announce a big process change, does it make sense that one person might be overjoyed about this change and the person right next to them might think this is the worst thing they ever heard about? You do enough process improvements over time and you're going to see that effect. Remember, process improvement is really just a code word for change. Assume that you've just made a process improvement in a manufacturing firm. The shop floor is a rough place to work and part of your job is to go in and tell these guys to change. And one of the people you're going to talk to is the guy who's been there for 30 years. He invented this process, he's looked up to because of this, it's part of his image, people respect him because of this, and you're going to ask him to please stop doing things the old way and start doing things your way. Well, you might get this kind of reaction. And while dealing with this angry fellow may seem an uncomfortable thing to do, he's actually doing you a favor. And here's why. There are two types of people that you might meet when it comes to resistance. The type A person smiles, shakes your hand, says it's great to meet you, what an excellent idea you have, and he can't wait to get back to his office and implement it. Then when he gets back to his office, he tosses your memo in the trash and it's business as usual. The type B person says they hate you, they hate your process, they hate your mother, and they have zero interest in this. Well, actually, the type B person is doing you a favor. You may never eliminate resistance to a big change, but if you know about it, you can manage it. With the type A person, resistance has gone underground. It's covert. You think they're on your side, but actually they are resisting. Whereas the type B person, you know exactly where they stand. So here are a few tips in handling resistance. Number one, don't let resistance go underground. Once it's underground, you don't know about it and it's a lot harder for you to manage. So while this is counterintuitive, you want to create a safe and legitimate way for people to voice their concerns and their resistance. That may not make sense, but remember, if you know about the resistance, you have a chance of managing it. Author Stephen Covey had a great quote, which is, "Seek first to understand before being understood." The mark of an amateur change agent is that they come in up front and they start doing a lot of talking. They suck all the air out of the room, and actually what they should be doing is a lot of listening. You want to understand what your target audience's concerns and fears are regarding this change. And remember that there is a world of difference between having a change done to you versus with you. So you need to find a way to get people involved in this change from the very beginning. If they feel a sense of ownership in this change and they feel that they have a hand in driving their own destiny, they are a lot less likely to resist. And lastly, people tend to do what their boss asks them to do. If you just go up to a person and say, "Hey, I'm from corporate and I need you to change." Once you leave, the first thing they're going to do is ask their boss if they really need to do this anyway. So out of respect to them, and out of efficiency, we need to cascade all communications and all engagement through the chain of command with management. Every worker should hear about a process improvement change from their direct boss. So that's our quick tip for uncovering resistance. There's a lot more to talk about on this topic later, but until then, best of luck on your next process improvement.